salita ni Kristo, hindi mo madali-dali yan mabili. That's the reason why.
Mr. President, this proposed operation, was this a nationwide scale drug operation?
No, I don't think so.
Would you
Parang ano lang nila yun, but I suppose that it was not on that scale. Maybe yung ano lang yung pasok labas na ano. Or if it's an operation that you are asking as a drug syndicate. Hindi.
Mr. President, I know we're pressed for time. Just one more question, if you would indulge. You mentioned in the Senate hearing that you seem to have a distinction. You had the DDS, as you said, that the media would portray being the police. No, you mentioned some of your chief of police of Davao as being members of your death squad. But at another time, you mentioned you had a personal death squad na hindi po kapulisan. You mentioned, I think, at least you had 7 members here.
Well,
These,
as mayor, I was fighting crime. I was fighting the insurgents. Remember na hindi mo lahat maano yung it's Mindanao. You think?
Mr. President, my next question in relation to that was just the predicate, the premise po, no? Na you had a personal DDS.
Kako ako?
No, Mr. President, the question supposed to follow was that could you name those 7 people? Kung pwede niyo po ipangalan yung 7 members ng DDS na yan po.
Members ng DDS?
Your personal civilian DDS, which you mentioned is apparently counter-insurgency force.
Apparently, you know, even if they exist, why would I tell you the names now to you? Ang tingin mo sa akin, stupido?
Mr. President, because we're in an investigation in aid of legislation and we're ruling out that if they are in
mag-legislate kayo,
the drug war.
huwag mo akong isali dyan because I would be putting the people in danger. Yung inyong legislation, mine is law and order. We are far apart in our discussion dito. Biro mo, bigay mo yung pangalan mo, you put the family and the persons in danger.
Mr. President.
But the proper question, ganon?
Can you please rephrase your question, Congressman Gutierrez?
Mr. President, with all due respect, the question of identifying these members was to really look into the purpose because we're trying to differentiate now those that are within the bounds of law and those that are without in relation to the drug war.
I'm sure that it's within the bounds of the law. And I take full responsibility. Huwag ka na maghanap ng iba. Ano yung 7-7 mo, dito ka na lang tutok sa akin. Ilan ko bang beses sabihin sa inyo, I take full responsibility. If you think that it is illegal or wrong, go ahead and file a case. I would be happy. Bakit pa tayo nito mag-drama dyan?
Thank you, Mr. President. I had a few more questions, but given the time constraint, I will yield to other interpellators. Maraming salamat po, President. Mr.
Let's have a
President.
cup
Thank
of
you.
coffee and I will tell you everything.
Thank you. You will have another opportunity later when we finish all the list of the interpellators here. We will have our second round.
Mr. Chair, may I be recognized?
Yes, former Senator De Lima. What is this about?
May certain points po na mga binanggit ngayon sa
As
questioning
long as
ni
this is germane to the discussion. Yes, please. You have.
They are so relevant. Dun sa questioning po ni Honorable Congresswoman Luistro and Honorable Congressman Gutierrez. I think there were about 3 points and then another point. I'll try to be very brief. Okay. Kanina po, tinanong po siya ni Congressman Gutierrez, sino yung 7 na yon ng kanyang personal na death squad. Bigla ko pong naalala na si Mr. Edgar Matubato, sinabi niya po yung tungkol sa Lambada Boys. Because Edgar Matubato was a member of that Lambada Boys, the civilian component of the DDS. At tamang-tama, meron din po siyang binanggit na 6 na pangalan. So hindi ko po alam kung kilala po ito ng dating Pangulo, ng dating Mayor. Ang mga pangalan po, ng 6 pa, which makes it a total of 7, nakasama si Edgar Matubato, are the following: Ludi Pagidupon, Tony Estaco, Jojo Bosa, Romel Capitana, Insectan, and Boboy Maldito. A total of 7 names. So I'm wondering now, curious po ako, yun ho ba't kaya maaari sila yung 7 miyembro ng personal death squad. Now, paulit-ulit na sinasabi ng ating resource person na dating mayor at dating pangulo sa Senado at dito na naman, ilang oras na ho, yung hearing, paulit-ulit niya, I take full and complete legal and moral responsibility. Sa tingin po kaya ng dating Pangulo at dating Mayor, kapag sinasabi niyan, ang ibig ba po niyang sabihin o kaya ang kanyang paniniwala ay maaabsuelto na yung lahat na sumunod sa kanyang mga illegal orders of kill, kill, kill? Nagkakamali rin po yung mga pulis kung yan din po ang iniisip nila dahil inaako na yung pinaka-mastermind, yung principal by inducement na siya lang ang merong responsibilidad. Mali pong pag-iisip yun. No matter how many times, 1,000 times, nasasabihin niya ng dating Pangulo at dating Mayor na siya lang ang may responsibility, hindi pa rin pwedeng makalusot at maabsuelto yung mga gumawa, sumunod sa kanyang kill orders. Now, number 3 point, because I'm just going to raise at this point 4 points. Yung kanina po, yung tungkol dun sa personal guilt, that was in the course of the questioning of the Honorable Gutierrez. So, paulit-ulit din pong sinabi ng dating mayor, ng dating pangulo, na yung pumatay mismo, yun ang may personal guilt. Totoo. Yung gunman, yung hitman, yung assassin, siya mismo ang pumatay. Siyempre, personal guilt na yan. Pero wag natin kalimutan yung sinabi po kanina ni Honorable Congresswoman Luistro. If there is such a thing or a principle ng personal guilt, meron din yung principle of conspiracy or theory. Yung dating Pangulo, dating Mayor, siya ang malinaw na principal by inducement because he ordered, he solicited, he induced yung mga pagpatay. So he is definitely principal by inducement. But sinunod ka nagkaroon ng mga principals by direct participation. And in this whole scenario, there is a clear conspiracy. And when it comes to conspiracy, the act of one is the act of all. Yung ginawa ng isa, yung gunman, ay ginawa din yung nag-udyok sa kanya, yung principal by inducement. Last point I want to say at this point. Kanina po, napansin nyo, hindi nga niya po masabi yung pangalan ko. Ayaw niya pong kilalanin kung sino yung dating Commission on Human Rights Chairperson. Sabi daw, again, nung tinatanong o dun sa mga punto ni Congresswoman Luistro, hindi niya kilala kung sino man yan, yung taga-CHR na yan. Nagtataka po ako doon. He's lying when he said that he does not know Laila de Lima. How can he say that he does not know Laila de Lima? Unang-una, yung DDS, yung hearing po namin, yung CHR inquiry sa Davao on the DDS killings, siya po, as then mayor, ang pinakauna na tinawag namin as resource person. Di ho ba? Pangalawa, naku, kayo, narinig niyo ho yun. Napakaraming mga okasyon, mga public pronouncements niya na ako ay tinitira niya, ako ay binabastos niya, kung ano-ano yung mga sinasabi niya sa akin, binabantaan din ako. You will rot in jail, Laila de Lima. And isa pang naalala ko, nakita niyo rin po siguro yun, noon pong first SONA, di ba? Linapitan niya ako, kinamayan pa niya ako, so hindi niya ako kilala. Alam mo yan, for example, ni former ES Salvador Medialdea, na kilalang kilala ako ng dating mayor at ng dating pangulo. So he is lying. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Senator.
Iba na kasi doon niya kasi hindi mo kilala.
Mr. President, may I remind you that please refrain from talking unless you are recognized by the
Yes, I
chair.
was just making a statement.
Yeah, I'm
Hindi
just,
ko na nakilala, iba ng hairdo niya eh.
I'm just reminding the
Pati yung kulay
resource
niya po.
person. So, the next to interpolate is Congressman Ernix Junicio. You have 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I might not take that long. Magandang gabi po. Magandang gabi po, Mr. President. Kung maaari pong magtanong ako ng kaunting katanungan lang po sa inyo. Opo, Mr. President, alam ko po na talaga pong galit po kayo sa droga at marami naman pong kababayan natin na who agrees in the fight against drugs.
Sobra
Opo.
ho.
Pero gusto ko lang pong malaman nung mga nakaraang taon po napapanood ko po yung paglaban nyo sa droga at marami pong mga sumasang-ayon na mga kababayan natin, including ako po, Your Honor. Mr. Chair, nakita ko po yung dedikasyon ng mga kapulisan natin. Sinasalang nila yung buhay po nila para sa paglaban ng illegal na droga. Meron lang po kasi ako, Mr. Chair, Sir, Mr. President, na nabago po yung kaunti ng naging experience sa pong personal. Hanggang ngayon po, galit din po ako sa droga. Pero kung matatanong ko lang po, with all due respect, Mr. President, yung po bang, meron po bang mga kapulisan na nakarating po sa inyo na ng abuso po nung paglaban natin sa droga?
Tapos na po kayo.
Mr. President, mayroon pong katanungan si Congressman Junicio. Pakiulit mo nga, Congressman Junicio.
Opo, sorry po. Again, with all due respect po, Mr. President, gusto ko lang pong malaman na katulad po ninyo, ako po galit din po sa droga. Pero meron po bang mga kapulisan na nakarating po o mga reports na nakarating sa inyo nung kayo po ay Pangulo na nang abuso po dun sa laban sa illegal na droga?
Lahat ho ng pulis, pati military na pumasok ng droga, patay. You can check it out. Wala akong pinalusot at nagbubugbog talaga ako ng pulis sa Davao, dyan sa istasyon. Pag nag-abuso, lasing, binubugbog yung asawa, susumbong sa akin, puro pasa. Pagdating sa patawag ko dyan, sa City Hall, may kwarto ako doon na maliit. Katabi ng kubeta, talagang hinahampas ko yung mga gago na yan. Wala nakakalusot sa akin. Basta kriminal ka, kipulis ka o ano, pagka kriminal ka iyo. Magtanong ko, kaya hindi na galing sa, magyayabang kasi ako, sir. Magtanong na lang kayo sa, recruiter na. Ilang pulis namatay pumasok sa droga. Sinabi ko na eh. Sinabi ko na sa inyo, wag. Wag. Kasi hindi tayo magkaintindihan. Maraming pulis sir namatay dahil sa droga. Sinong pumatay? Gobyerno. At those initiative, akin.
Ginoong Tagapangulo, Mr. Chair, Mr. President, yung rason lang po kung bakit ko natanong yon, with all due respect po, kasi nagkaroon po ng isang insidente noong 2020. With all due respect po, Mr. President, hindi po dahil nakaupo ako dito bilang isang representante. Nangyari po ito nung pribado pa po ako. Kaibigan ko po kasi na malapit to, Mr. President, na sana po yung masolusyonan ng Quad o baka po sa ilan po sa mga tao niya makatulong po para po kapatid ko kasi itong namatay, Mr. President. Ano po kasi, if I may read po yung istorya, text ko po yung kuya niya na kaibigan ko po. Lumapit po yung pamilya Britannico sa inyo noong taong 2020 po. Ang pangalan po nung namatay si Delphine Britannico, isa pong matalik na kaibigan ko na wala pong involvement sa droga kahit po ma-check. If I may read po yung konting istorya po, baka maalala nyo lang po, Mr. President. Delphine Britannico killed allegedly by a policeman last January 19, 2020 in Iloilo City. Delphine was innocent bystander who was a collateral damage. Delphine came across a policeman while he was parked outside this village after an alleged EJK operation hit with reward. Yun po kasi yung, hindi po sa akin galing yun, Mr. President. Yun po yung sinabi ng police na nagkaroon po kasi ng hearing. An alleged drug suspect po yung allegedly na inatake nila si Alain Muller. There were policemen implicated in this operation po, Mr. Chair. Police Corporal Joseph Andrew Hoven was identified by the NBI as the driver of the Mitsubishi Adventure used in the killing of Alain Muller and Britannico. Mr. President, yung istorya po kasi nito, si Del Britannico po, naglabas lang po, nagmamotor po sa umaga. Paglabas niya po, may nakita po siyang sasakyan na hindi niya alam kung sino. Inaalis po yung mga sticker o nagpapalit ng anyo nung sasakyan. Bilang kaibigan ko, kilala ko po siya, nag-video po siya. Nakakita siguro ng something suspicious, nag-video. Ngayon, nilapitan po siya nung sasakyan. Paglapit, anong binibidyo mo? Sagot po niya, dahil suspicious kayo. Binaril po siya sa dibdib. Pagbaril, umabante po, akala patay na siya. Pinilit po ni Del, yung kaibigan ko, ibangon yung motor niya. Inatrasan pa po siya at binaril po muli. Allegedly ng mga pulis. Hoben is identified, mga colleagues niya po na kapulisan, Morante and Escorial, as the ones who shot Delphine dead in January 19, 2020, as well as pointed out officers who directed the EJK killings of Muller. Yun po yung istorya, hindi naman ko po kilala yung Alain Muller na allegedly sinasabing inatake, Mr. President. Kaya ko lang po tinanong na nabanggit niyo po kanina na ang mga pulis na pag nagkakasala, hindi po tatagal sa inyo. Naniwala po ako doon. Pero ano po ang nangyari kaya dito sa Quad Committee? Personal po sa akin to na para kong kapatid yung pinatay. Nakita po ni Del yung mga pulis na nakasibilyan sa labas ng Prime Village na barangay na Belitasan, La Paz, Iloilo City kung saan po siya nakatira. Hindi niya rin po alam na may pinanggalingang krimen po yung mga pulis din at hindi niya alam na pulis yun. Mr. President, that's my appeal na siguro po doon sa hangarin ninyo na tapusin yung droga sa mabilis na panahon, wala pong masama doon. Ang nasa isip ko lamang po, baka yung ibang kapulisan natin na nag-abuso po, na ginamit na rin yung salita Hindi po ako naniniwalang alam nyo na iuutos niyong patayin yung inosenteng kaibigan ko. Ang takot agam-agam ko lang po sa akin na baka in some words or narrative or hyperbole na nasabi niyo po, baka yung ibang pulis na hindi lahat mabubuti. Ako po una-una magsasabi, karamihan ng pulis, tinataya ang buhay. Marami po akong kaibigan doon sa amin, sa distrito ko. Pero meron pong ilan na mga abuso. Isa pong biktima, si Del Britannico, na sana po mabigyan ng hustisya. Mr. President, lumapit po yung pamilya Britannico. Anak po siya ng dating congressman ng party list. Si Bud Britannico po, Salvador Britannico, yung matalik kong kaibigan, kapatid niya po ito, kung nababalitaan po. Mr. President, pumunta po sila sa Malacanang. Hindi ko po alam ang nangyari dahil wala naman po ako doon, pero yun lamang po yung gusto kong i-point out na baka sa pagmamadali natin, Mr. President, may mga nagpang-abuso po na ginamit yung war on drugs na naabuso, na kinikil po yung buhay ng matalik kong kaibigan na si Del Britannico. Kung sa Quad Committee po o kung sino po nakakaalam, it is high time na sana, Mr. President, kasama po ng inyong ibang team na matulungan po na mabigyan ng hustisya na lang. Hindi na po mababalik yung buhay. Pasensya na po, naglabas lang ako ng kaunting personal na ano ko po. Ayoko na pong, yun lang po yung isa kong tanong na baka may mga nang-aabuso, Mr. President. Hindi, sa kahuli-huli po, I just want to manifest, Your Honor, the end really does not justify the means. Yung intention natin ng kabutihan, lahat tayo nasa pamahalaan. At the end, gusto nating maayos yung bansa natin, yung lungsod natin. Pero talagang may ilan na hayop, alangang bituka, na yung inosente, pagkatapos silang gumawa ng krimen, allegedly, dinamay pa yung simpleng bata na. Your Honor, ito po ay isang example o isang halimbawa na baka marahil ginamit po yung pang-aabuso na malinis na hangarin na yun naman po, Your Honor, sana po magkaroon tayo ng mga batas o maayos na mga bagay para hindi na po maulit yung mga pangyayari na EJK o mga pamamatay ng inosente mula sa kapulisan. Maraming salamat. Salamat po, Mr. President.
You have been repeatedly mentioning the word president. Are you referring sa akin
Opo.
o sa kanila?
Ay, sa iyo po, Mr. President.
Okay, that's
Baka
all.
mas may alam ito sa police ano. Alam mo, mabutit ang sinabi mo in front of the it's recorded. Ayaw kong I would not want to may mag-suggest. Pero we were just allow the chair and the members of the committee to extract the names of the persons and order the investigation. It could be the NBI or the police. Depende sa sitwasyon kung ano ang doon. Pero a wrong is a wrong. Ako marami akong kasalanan na. Hindi ako nagmamakalinis dito. But a wrong is always a wrong and it cannot be right. Lalo na kung inosente. Wala akong problema sa napatay na baril ganon. Pagka sa trabaho ng pulis tapos alam ko na droga, kriminal. Pero kung inosente, sabi ko, there can never be a justification to take a human life without a purpose. If a purpose is really to save humanity, well and good. Pero kung itong ganito na inosente, it should be investigated. Now, I'm sure that with the names that you have mentioned, the chair now will direct the, well, of course, to give the names, the proper agency, suggest ko, the NBI, to investigate and to give them a timeline. Para hindi matagal. 1 month. Para magtrabaho. Hindi naman kailangan magtaunan yan eh.
Salamat po, Mr. President. Congressman Junicio, your manifestation is actually noted and part of the records of the proceedings today. So we will definitely recommend some action with the information that you shared to the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I'll happy to provide all the information. Pati po yung pamilya na gusto pong magpakita po sa inyo.
Okay,
kung
sige.
makakatulong
Salamat po.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. Salamat po, Mr. President.
So the next to interpellate is Congressman Bong Teves. You have 10 minutes.
Mr. Chair, good evening sa lahat. Alam niyo po, napakahirap magtanong sa isang former president na mahal ng maraming tao, pero kailangan po nating magtanong para sa kapakanan ng mga taong bayan at para mabigyan ng linaw ang mga isyo sa extrajudicial killing. Mr. President, Mr. Chair, kilala po ba ninyo si Mr. Jimmy Guban o pamilyar po ba kayo sa pangalan niya at si Mr. Mark Taguba?
It does not ring a bell.
Hindi niyo po kilala si Mr. Jimmy Guban at si Mr. Taguba. Kasi po, according to Mr. Jimmy Guban at Mr. Mark Taguba, sangkot po si Davao Congressman Honorable Pulong Duterte at si Attorney Mans Carpio na inyong manugang at si Mr. Michael Yang na inyong Presidential Economic Advisor sa nahuling 1 billion worth of shabu sa magnetic lifters sa Port of Manila at sa smuggling ng mga metal cylinders na may lamang 6.4 billion na halaga ng shabu. Ngayon po, Mr. Chair, Mr. President, may alam po ba kayo sa insidenteng ito? O nabalitaan niyo po ba ito?
Wala po. But kung totoo yan nangyari, I would strongly suggest that yung anak ko at yung minention mo, that's my son-in-law,
Yes po.
to file a case, and I'm urging the prosecutors to do their best to file a case in court. That is the remedy. Unless patayin natin, but that is not anak ko. The best remedy is really to go public, expose them, and file the case in court, just like what they're doing now, so that they will be made answerable for their misdeeds in this planet.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. President. Ito po nga sinatanong ko po kanina ay according to Mr. Jimmy Guban and Mr. Mark Taguba. Next question po.
Yung is according to two persons?
Ayon po kay Mr. Guban at ayon po kay Mr. Pulong Duterte, si Mr. Jimmy Guban po,
Nandito ba si Guban?
wala po siya. Mr. Jimmy Guban po is a former Customs Intelligence Officer. At si Mr. Taguba is custom broker involved sa smuggling of shabu. Si Colonel Asierto po ay nasa Zoom. Pwede po muna natin siyang tanungin. Mr. Kerr?
I'm sorry, Congressman Tevez, what was the question?
Pwede po ba nating tanungin si Colonel Asierto dahil po siya ay nasa Zoom regarding po rito sa mga tinatanong ko po kanina kay former President.
You can ask questions to Colonel Asierto. You have 10 minutes, Congressman Tevez.
The names of my son, and they must come here and testify in person. Huwag yung Zoom na Zoom. Hindi pwede yung Zoom na Zoom because that is not a standard of justice. Hindi pwede yung ganun. Ang pangalan ng anak ko, pati yung son-in-law ko, so I will object. Bakit tayo mag-zoom-zoom dito? Dalhin mo dito yung tao. Give the names of those persons to the committee so that they can subpoena the idiots, the other, o dalhin mo dito, paupuin mo so that the committee members and the chairman can ask questions. And we can speak our questions with him so that
Mr. Chair,
Mr. President, with all due respect, when last Monday when we canceled the invitation supposedly for today's committee hearing, and then yesterday we decided that we proceed again with this committee hearing. We have sent out, we were in a press conference, and I mentioned in the press conference that those who want to attend as our resource person for today's committee hearing is welcome. And that is why several of our resource persons are here. Senator Leila de Lima, Father Flavio Villanueva, Senator Antonio Trillanes, and the others, no? And former Congressman Nery Colmenares is also present. It is because perhaps they heard that there was a invitation that we stated during the press conference. Now, ginagawa din po sa amin ang when we ask questions to our resource persons via Zoom, it is allowed under our rules na they can be asked questions and they can also participate in a committee hearing. However, in this case of Colonel Asierto, para lang po to set the record straight, siya po ay wala po dito sa Pilipinas. Hindi po namin malocate kung nasaan po siya. But when we offered and invited them to join the committee hearing, he has signified his intention to join this committee hearing via Zoom. And since the rules allow that, Your Honors, Mr. President, pinayagan po namin. Yan po ang nakasaad sa rules ng Rules of Procedure Governing Inquiries in Aid of Legislation sa 19th Congress po. Just for the information of the former President. So, kaya po siguro nandiyan dyan yung kung nagtanong po si Congressman Bong Teves kung maaari po bang tanungin si Colonel Asierto. I don't know if he's still online. If he's still online, pwede niyo po siyang tanungin. Just for the information of the former president. Thank you. Please proceed, Congressman Tevez.
May I ask to Colonel i-share to kung nandiyan pa.
Comsec, Secretariat, would you know if there's Colonel Acerto in the Zoom? Kung online ba? If Colonel Acerto, kayo po ba'y nandiyan dyan?
Yes, sir. Dito po ako.
Sige po. Congressman Bong Teves, you have 8 more minutes na lang na iwan sa inyo.
Colonel Acerto, good evening.
Mr. Chair, you have to satisfy the requirements of the law or regulation. Tell us why you are not here. Are you sick? Are you half dead? Are you incapacitated? Because you will deprive the other parties participating in this hearing the right to answer
Okay.
or give questions.
Thank you for that suggestion, Mr. President. Yes, Colonel Acerto, bakit po kayo nag-online? Bakit po wala kayo dito, physically present dito sa bulwagang ito?
Sorry po, hindi ko po maintindihan.
Bakit po?
Paano po yung audio?
Ulitin ko po, Colonel Acerto. Pwede po bang malaman bakit wala po kayo dito physically dito sa bulwagang ito nang sa ganon ay kayo po'y makaharap dito sa committee hearing ng Quadcom? Pwede po bang malaman kung anong rason?
Ako po ay, Mr. Chairman, ako po ay nagtatago dahil ako po ay pinapapatay ni dating Pangulong Duterte dahil sa ginawa kong report tungkol kay Michael Yang at Alan Lim.
Kung pinapatay kita, bakit buhay ka pa ngayon? Buka pala.
1 minute suspension.
Mr. Chairman,
1 minute suspension. 1 minute suspension. So I think things have cooled down. Hearing is now resumed.
Mr. Chairman, just a point of clarification, Mr. Chairman.
Congressman Paduano.
Mr. Chairman, the former president has been told by this representation twice that he should wait to be recognized by the chairman. And he keep on talking without being recognized by the chairman. So what's the pressure of this committee and the chairman in regards to that?
Well, it's probably an oversight on my part, Your Honor. But, it's not very easy to manage a committee hearing like this since mainit po ang usapin. Kaya as much as possible, we are trying to cool things down, especially kapag tumataas na po ang temperatura. Kaya nga, if there were lapses on my part, I would like to ask for a consideration from my colleagues, especially my co-chairs, with respect to the rulings of this chair. So, ang akin lamang po, naitanong po kanina, kung bakit nasa online o nasa Zoom, ako po'y as much as I can, I explained kung ano po yung basihan at ano po ang ating rules tungkol, ano po ating batayan tungkol dito. Kaya po nabanggit ko yan kanina. But if there are any rulings that you wish for the chair to make, please manifest. And I will try to consider whatever the requests of my colleagues. So yun lang ang aking gustong isagot sa inyong katanungan, Congressman Paduano.
Mr. Chairman, again, this is just a manifestation. I just want to remind the former president that please do not answer queries or talk unless otherwise you are being recognized by the chairman. Please, let other resource person or members of the committee finish their statement or query. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Congressman Paduano.
Yes, sir.
I
Copy.
think-
I apologize.
Your apologies is retaken. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Please proceed, Congressman Teves. You only have 6 minutes.
Colonel Sierto, good evening. Ayon po kay Mr. Jamie Guban, kayong dalawa po, Colonel Acerto, ay naging biktima sa mafia ng Davao at based naman kay Mr. Taguba, sabi niya ay pinacilitate niya ang entry ng mga shabu shipment dahil sa influence at protection ng isang Davao group. May idea ka po ba rito, Colonel Acerto?
Pwede bang yung ating technical wala pong audio, paki-check naman po. Secretariat, can you please make sure that the audio is working?
Mr. Chair, may I question this anomaly of taking a testimony with video of a person on the basis of his story only. Dapat po dito, that person, if he has something to say against or for anybody, must be required to attend here and tell his story. Mahirap po yan because that is not a standard, a fair standard of justice. Solo nila. Pagkatapos, tapos ng istorya. So, his story becomes gospel truth. Oh, what about yung mga tao tinatamaan niya na totoo o hindi? How can you now confront or ask question? How can you now redeem your name, your honor, if hayaan mo ng ganon
Mr.
ng
Chair,
testimony? They should
po.
be required to attend.
Mr. President, kanina po piniliwanag ko po kung ano po ang ating batayan at ating basihan sa pagpayag po natin na magkaroon po kami ng mga resource persons via Zoom, no? Inanong po kanina ni Congressman Bong Teves kung bakit nasa Zoom si Colonel Acerto at tinanong ko rin po kung ano po yung at hindi pa ho yata siya nakakasagot doon sa katanungan yon. I do understand, Mr. President, yung inyong punto, no? And I cannot not allow the resource person via Zoom to participate in this committee hearing because under our rules it is allowed. But I will guarantee you that whatever the resource persons via Zoom will make, this should be under oath, number one. And number two, we can dispute whatever claims he has or he will make before this committee, Mr. President.
How about the guy talking there kanina? Was he under oath?
Yes, Mr. President, he's been a constant resource person of the committee.
Yes, but
Mr.
he has made
Chairman,
other statements.
Mr. Chairman,
He
can I
has,
move for...
taken already his
How can we-
oath.
Mr. Chairman, can I move for 1 minute recess?
1 minute suspension.
There are accusations made here. Ito, oh, you
mo man mag-TV? No, paano makadudo dyan? Paano makadudo dyan? Wala. Wala.